Okay, good morning, students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you want, some of you can turn on your videos also. Okay, so I hope all the seminars and everything is over. And if anyone is left, you do inform me by today itself. Okay, so today I'll just take class on micturition. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. So the topic is on micturition. Okay. So yesterday even the seminar topic was there on micturition, but you just see what is micturition. Micturition or urination is the process of emptying urine from the storage organ, namely the urinary bladder. So what does micturition means? Micturition in simple, it is the action of passing urine. Okay, micturition, the other name of micturition is urination, means to pass urine. Okay, and it is what? It is the process of emptying the urine from the storage organ. What is the storage organ? The storage organ is your urinary bladder. Okay, is the bladder where the urine is stored. So normal urination, that is micturition, occurs in the following stages. There are some stages of passing normal micturition or urination. Okay, so there are 5 steps. So first is urine is made in the kidneys. As you all know that urine is made up in the kidneys, and we have 2 kidneys, right kidney and the left kidney. Okay. Secondly, where is the urine stored? Urine is stored in the urinary bladder or the storage organ. Urinary bladder is also known as storage organ. Okay. The sphincter muscle relaxes. Third point is, see in your, so okay, there is a ring shaped muscle. Okay, the shape of the muscle is like a ring, goal, round. Okay, there is a ring shaped muscles. What happened? It relaxes and it also tightens. It relaxes. Okay, it will relax and then it will again tighten. It will become tight. Why? So as to open and to close any passage or opening in our body, and that is the sphincter muscle. Okay, the work or the function of sphincter muscle is to relax and then tighten, and so as to open and close any passage. Open and close any passage means from where does your urine comes out, there the muscle needs to contract and relax, contract and relax. If it will always relax, then urine will flow like anything from morning till night. So there is a muscle, a ring shaped muscle, that helps in opening and closing any kind of passage or any kind of opening in our body, and that is known as the sphincter muscle. And the shape of this muscle is ring shaped. Okay, the shape, what is the shape of the sphincter muscle? The shape of sphincter muscle is ring shaped. Ring, the shape of ring is round, round, round. Okay, next, the bladder muscle, detrusor muscle, contracts. So what is the detrusor muscle? I have already taken class during offline. I have told you about the detrusor muscle. Anyone, any idea what is detrusor muscle? Tell me if anybody knows. Anybody? Nobody knows detrusor muscle? Nafi Shisha is present. Rashmi Sonowal.
Yes, ma'am.
What is detrusor muscle?
Ma'am, a muscle which form a layer of the wall of the bladder.
Yes. So, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, the bladder muscle, that is the detrusor muscle, contracts. Okay. So, whenever the detrusor muscle is the bladder muscle, that is the detrusor itself, it is written here that detrusor muscle is what? It is the muscles that it forms the walls of the urinary bladder or the storage organ. So that will contract. Okay. Lastly, the bladder is emptied through the urethra and urine is removed from the body. The lastly, what will happen? Bladder, where the urine is stored, it will be emptied. How it will be emptied? The person will pass urine, okay, and then it is expelled out through the body and it is expelled through the urethra. Okay, so these are the 5 steps of normal urination or micturition. First is urine is made in kidneys. Next, bladder will be bladder where the urine is stored. It is stored in the bladder. Next, it will help in relaxation and tightening of the passage or opening, that is the sphincter muscles. Next, bladder muscle, that is detrusor, will contract, and lastly it will pass out through the urethra and urine expels out through the body. So these are the 5 steps. Next, micturition cycle involves 2 phases. There are 2 phases of the micturition cycle, and they are bladder filling or urine storage and bladder emptying. So it involves of 2 phases. Micturition cycle involves 2 phases. Number 1, bladder filling or urine storage. Number 2, bladder emptying. Okay, so in the bladder filling, what is bladder filling? In bladder filling, what do you understand by bladder fill? Whenever the urinary bladder is filled, what does it mean? It means that you know that the detrusor muscle surrounds the walls of the urinary bladder. So the detrusor muscle that surrounds the walls of the urinary bladder will contract. Okay, when it contracts, the internal sphincter, there is an internal sphincter, it will relax. And after it relaxes, what happens? Ultimately, it allows urine to pass out through the bladder into the urethra, and that is how the bladder is emptied. Okay, and lastly it is the bladder emptying. Bladder emptying, why is it important? If you do not pass urine, if you store your urine for long, what will happen? It can cause major effects on the kidneys. Okay, you should always empty the bladder. Many people are there, like they want to pass urine, but they used to just hold their urine for too long, and that is very bad. It can lead to major side effects, okay, such as it can lead to high blood pressure. Okay, your legs can swell up. It can lead to kidney damage. So there are many other such side effects that can lead to intense problem in the future. So because of that, you should always empty your bladder. Next is the part of brain that controls the micturition process is the pons. Okay, P-O-N-S, pons. So what is pons? It is the part of brain that controls the micturition process. Okay, part of brain that controls the micturition process is the pons, P-O-N-S, pons. A major relay center between the brain and the bladder. So it is like a signal. It gives signal to the brain. Okay, and it also passes the same stimulus to the bladder. Okay, and it controls the urination process. It is present in our brain. Okay, in our head. Inside the head, there is a brain, and this pons, it controls the urination process. Okay, it gives us the signal. The mechanical process of urination is coordinated by the pons in the area known as the pontine micturition center, or you can simply know as PMC. So the area is known as pontine micturition center, PMC. This is important. Okay, this line is important, that the mechanical process of urination is coordinated in the pons. And pons is what? It helps to relay center. It helps to relay the stimulus to the brain and to the bladder. And that this area of pons is known as the pontine micturition center, PMC. So this is the pons. Okay, this is your brain, rough sketch of a brain. So this is, if this is the brain, the pons is located here. Okay, this is where the pons is located. So what are the functions of pons? It relays sensory information to the cerebellum. Okay, what are the functions of pons? It will help in passing sensory information to the cerebellum. And what is cerebellum? Any idea what is cerebellum? It is also present in your brain. So this cerebellum, it is also known as a little brain. Okay, it is known as a little brain. Why? Because it is located at the back side of your brain. It is located at the back side of your brain. Okay, and what does it do? Cerebellum, what is the function of cerebellum? It will help in maintaining your body posture while sitting or standing or walking. Okay, it will help in maintaining your body posture. It will help you in talking, speech. Okay, whatever I'm speaking now, it is because of the cerebellum that gives me a response. Okay, it gives me a motor response through which I am able to pass information to you all. Okay, so it helps in speech. It will also help in coordination and also to maintain the balance of our body. Okay, so that is the function of cerebellum. Okay, number 2, it connects forebrain to hindbrain. Forebrain is also known as the midbrain, MID. That means it is present in the middle. Okay, that's why it is known as midbrain. Forebrain is also known as midbrain. And what does this midbrain does? What is the function of forebrain? Forebrain, it helps in maintaining your body temperature. Okay, so as to maintain your normal body temperature. It will also help you in eating, talking, sleeping. Okay, so these are the functions of your midbrain or forebrain. Next, hindbrain. What is the hindbrain? This hindbrain consists of 3 parts. That is the pons. Okay, hindbrain consists of 3 parts. That is the pons, then the cerebellum, and the medulla. Okay, medulla oblongata. So hindbrain consists of 3 parts. Number 1, the pons. Number 2, cerebellum. Number 3, medulla oblongata. So these are the 3 parts of your hindbrain. Okay, and what is the function of hindbrain? This hindbrain will help you in sleeping. Okay, sleeping. It will help you in waking up. Whenever you are sleeping at night, it is because of the hindbrain and forebrain that gives you stimulus that you are feeling sleepy now. You should sleep now. You should not see your mobile phone anymore. You should sleep. And sometimes when we are too tired, when we just sleep, we fall asleep. So these are the stimulus that are given by the hindbrain and forebrain that we should take a nap. We should take rest. And again in the morning when we wake up, it is because of the stimulus given by the hindbrain to wake up. Okay, it's already late. You should wake up. Also, it will help in respiratory rhythm. Respiratory rhythm means maintaining your respiration. What is the normal respiratory rate? You already know. So to maintain the normal respiratory rate is the one of the function of your hindbrain. Okay. Third point is it regulates breathing. If the hindbrain helps in respiratory rhythm, obviously it will also help in regulating breathing, to breathe in and out properly. Okay. Next is it also involves in the sleep cycle. Okay, your sleep cycle is also very important. Many people are not able to sleep well properly, because sometimes what happen, if we don't sleep for one day, if you do journey for one whole day, for the next four days, you will feel dizzy. Okay, sometimes you might be confused, like you will feel as if you are still sitting inside the train. Okay, so your sleep cycle is very important. So this pons, it controls the micturition process. Okay, it relays between the brain and the bladder. And the function, what are the functions of pon? To relay sensory information to cerebellum, and you already know what is cerebellum. It is also known as little brain. Next, it will connect your forebrain and hindbrain, and the forebrain is also known as the midbrain. Next is hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of three parts, that is the pons, cerebellum, and the medulla oblongata. Okay, it will help in regulating your breathing process, that means your respiration. And lastly, it will also involve in controlling your sleep cycle. So these are some of the function of the pons. Okay. Next, coming to the three phases. There are three phases of micturition or urination. Okay, there are three phases of micturition or urination. So phase one is filling and storage. To fill urine and also to store the urine in the urinary bladder is the phase one. Phase two is voiding. Okay. Whenever there is any poor coordination, okay, whenever there is any poor coordination between your bladder and the urethra, it leads to expulsion of urine, and that is known as voiding. Okay, it is involuntary. Okay, whenever there is improper coordination between your bladder muscles and the urethra from where urine is to pass out, it leads to expulsion of urine, that is known as your voiding. Okay, phase three is termination of voiding. The normal bladder fills and empties in cycles. Urine production by the kidney is continuous, about 1 ml per minute or 60 ml in an hour. In an hour, 1 ml per minute or 60 ml in an hour. Okay. Next, coming to this diagram, it is just a neural control of micturition. How does your brain stimulates the urinary bladder? How do you feel that you should pass urine? It is a small cycle that is shown in this diagram. Okay, this is the pons. Okay, this part is known as your cerebral cortex, and you can see that impulses are sent by the brain to the urinary bladder. It exchanges the stimulus from each other. Okay, and here is the presence of your sympathetic nervous system. Here, okay, this side, this part is presence of sympathetic nervous system. Okay, where there is contraction and relaxation. Okay, contraction and relaxation of this urinary bladder is also felt here in this part, that is the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, then this side, middle side, this middle part is also known as the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, upside sympathetic nervous system, middle part parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, here the detrusor muscle, what happens, it contracts and relaxes. This detrusor muscle, you can see this detrusor muscle, the stimulus is felt here in the parasympathetic sympathetic nervous system, which ultimately leads to contraction and relaxation of your urinary bladder. It gives the stimulus. Okay, And downside is known as the somatic nervous system. This part, somatic nervous system, gives impulses to the urethra. Okay, that you should expel the urine from the bladder. It gives a stimulus. Okay, whenever the volume of urine reaches nearly 150 ml, okay, there is the sense of feeling to pass urine occurs. Okay, so whenever the volume of urine here, okay, it exceeds to 150 ml, what happens? You used to feel that urge is there, like I should pass urine. Okay, so that urge, it comes through the motor responses from the pons, parasympathetic, sympathetic, and the somatic nervous system. It gives you the impulses to the urinary bladder, okay, from the pons, via pons. Okay, then bladder walls also, it remains this bladder wall, that is the detrusor wall, this wall remains flaccid. Okay, ultimately what happens? Through the reflexes that is initiated in these sensory organs, it will lead to urgency to void, means to pass urine and to empty the bladder. Ultimately, because of the responses given by the, or the reflexes sent by the sensory organs, what happened? It will lead for urgency to void or to pass urine and to empty the bladder as soon as possible. So these are the impulses that are sent from the pons, parasympathetic, sympathetic, and the somatic nervous system to the urinary bladder to pass urine to expel the urine as soon as possible. Okay, so this is all about your micturition. Any doubt, students? Is it clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You tell me, what do you mean by urination? What do you mean by, sorry, what do you mean by micturition? Arey, micturition means what, Darshana?
Micturition is the process of
Simply micturition mane, what is simply micturition? Just in simple word.
urine, ma'am.
Huh?
Urine, ma'am.
Urination. Okay. Srijana, cerebellum is also
Yes,
known
ma'am.
as,
Ma'am, little brain.
okay, and forebrain is also known as,
Midbrain.
okay. Who is there? Dibyojit.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the three parts of hindbrain? What are the three parts of hindbrain? Yeah, likha this one. Connects forebrain to hindbrain. I told you to hindbrain. What are the three parts of hindbrain? Anyone?
Hindbrain.
Say. It consists of three parts. I told you. What are they? Nafishisha.
Ma'am. Forebrain.
No. Anybody knows? Three
Ma'am,
parts of,
medulla.
yes, medulla oblongata, then
Pons.
yes, pons, areta,
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum নহয়, cerebellum. Okay, cerebellum. Cerebellum is also known as little brain. Okay, little brain. It helps in maintaining your body posture. Okay, talking, coordination, maintaining balance. Okay, it helps in all of those things. Next is your, what is voiding? Anyone, what is voiding? Filling and storage. Phase 2 is voiding. So anyone knows the meaning of voiding? Voiding in simple term means expulsion of urine. Okay, whenever there is any poor coordination between the bladder muscle and the urethra. Bladder means what? Your urinary bladder, and the urethra, it will ultimately lead to expulsion of urine, and that is known as voiding. Okay, so this is all about your micturition. Okay, and I will give you these notes. If you want, I can give you. And tomorrow, do you have any free period? Although it's not my class tomorrow. Any free class? Because tomorrow I will be discussing with you some previous notes, whatever we completed, and also MCQs for your exam. So I want to discuss a little bit. Do you have any free period tomorrow? Srijana, Divyajit? Any free period, Srijana?
10:15, ma'am.
10:15. You don't have
Yes.
any class at 10:15?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so tomorrow at 10:15 I will take your class. Okay, we will discuss our previous notes. It will be like a revision class, and also I will discuss with you some MCQs for your final exams. Okay, so we will discuss all of those things tomorrow, and most probably tomorrow might be the last class.
Ma'am, 10:15 or 11:15.
11:15.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ঠিক আছে. Any means you can just give me any free time. Whenever you don't have any class, you just tell me, I will take class. 9:15, you have any class? 9:15 morning, Ratipua?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, then 11:15 I'll take. It's okay. Okay, then. Thank you. You all can leave the class now.